Let's please, on a special note, appreciate His Excellency by putting our hands together for him. Well, this ceremony, as usual, will take a very simple format. Shortly, I'll be handing over the microphone to the Chief Registrar of the High Court of Bayelsa State, Enikenemi Ozaka Esquire. It is on that note, Your Excellency, I'd like to, by your kind permission and with utmost respect, invite to take over the proceedings from this point, Enikenemi Ozaka, the Chief Registrar of the High Court of Bayelsa State. Let's also please put hands together for him.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, Honorable HSDickson. Your Excellency, with your kind permission, may I adopt as mine the protocol list well established by the office. Your Excellency, we are all gathered here to swear in 4 new designated commissioners of the state. And also with your kind permission, may I now call on Honorable Kia Nigeria, Ebidoye Mofa, to please step out. Honorable Prince Isiki Audu Mapu, Honorable Iselema Barabiri, and the 4th person, Honorable Godwin Koyefa, to please step out. Yes, sir.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a commissioner in Bayelsa State, I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability, faithfully and in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and elected principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will not allow my personal interests to influence my official conduct or my official decisions. That I will do the best of my ability to preserve and protect and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will abide by the code of conduct in the 5th schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will do right to all manner of people according to the law, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. That I will directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person any matter which shall be brought under my constitution or shall become to me as a commissioner in Bayelsa State, except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as commissioner in Bayelsa State. So help me God.
That has been the oath of allegiance and oath of office, and at this time, Kia Nigeria Ebidoye Mofa will step forward. It's been part and parcel of this administration. He's been in government for quite a while. He had previously served as a caretaker committee chairman of one of the smaller LGAs. He has been a commissioner, Bayelsa Central, chairman, Southern Ijaw Local Government Area Caretaker Committee, and today His Excellency has found him worthy to be reappointed back to serve in the State Executive Council. Let's put our hands together for Kia Nigeria Ebidoye Mofa. I like to call in Here, Nigeria Bidawa is his name, but I prefer, and I like to call him, the only Nigeria that cares. Let's please once again put hands together for him. And of course, standing right before His Excellency is Silema Barambiri. He has also served in several capacities as Special Advisor, Chairman of Council, Governor's Special Rep, and today he has been found worthy to be elevated to the position of a Commissioner and a member of the Bayelsa State Executive Council. Shall we please put hands together for Silema Barambiri? And we have right in front of His Excellency, elegantly dressed, of course, as Prince Isiki Awudumapu. A young man who is so focused, so committed, so persistent, very loyal, and of course, good at executing assignments given to him. So I'm not surprised that His Excellency having aggregated all his activities and level of loyalty, decided that he should be made a commissioner in the Bayelsa State Executive Council. Let's please put hands together for Prince Isiki Awudumapu. And of course, Godwin Konyefa, another silent achiever, always around, contributing his quota in one way or the other to the success of the restoration administration in Bayelsa State. Hard work pays, and I think his hard work, diligence, commitment, and loyalty over the years has today paid off. He is today been sworn in as a commissioner in the Bayelsa State Executive Council. Let's please appreciate Godwin Konyefa.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of our state, the Right Honorable the Speaker, Your Excellency, our King and our Father, King and Chairman of the State Council of Traditional Rulers, the Deputy Speaker, the members of the State House of Assembly, in particular the leader, the Secretary to Government, my Lord, the Chief Judge being ably represented, my Lord, the President of the Customary Court, members of the State Executive Council, the Chief Registrar, Chairman of Councils, Permanent Secretaries, top government functionaries who are here. Let me particularly recognize and congratulate our 4 new colleagues who are joining us in the State Executive Council. I acknowledge your spouses and family members and friends who are here. Gentlemen of the press, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. First, on behalf of the government of our state, on behalf of all our people, I want to congratulate you all on a well-deserved elevation to the highest position you can occupy, appointive position you can occupy as a member of the State Executive Council of our state. I congratulate you all, and these appointments have been carefully made. You know yourselves, all of you have in one way or the other been a part of the success story of our restoration government. Nigeria Care, you've occupied so many offices, both at the State Executive Council level, where you served as a commissioner. Then I sent you back to give direction in your local government. And I want to congratulate you. I have all the reports before me. You didn't let us down, so I congratulate you for the good work you are doing in Southern Nigeria. Your state needs the services again. The whole essence of politics is about service. It doesn't matter the designation, doesn't matter the capacity. In whatever capacity you find yourself, you give service. That's what we expect of every Bayelsa. We should be doing what people do in Israel. One day in Israel, you see someone as a prime minister. The next election is leader of opposition. The next election is foreign minister. The next election, the person is defense minister. All going around. And that's personally my attitude, which an attitude that I strongly recommend. Because we don't have people, so everybody is important. And at every stage, people should be willing to serve in one capacity or the other. I assign you, Nigeria Care, to the Ministry of Science and Technology and Manpower Development. I know you are a project person. You are going to supervise the Board of Science Education, chaired by Professor Spiff, Ibrahim Spiff, and so many of our scientists are all there. All our secondary schools, all our model schools, you will have to supply computers, you will have to supply ICT education and training, and a number of trainings connected with the establishment of the vocational center. So it's in the remainder of this government, I want to see more delivery in that sector. And I know and trust that you can do it very well. Congratulations. Suleiman Banabri, you have been this and that, chairman of council, special advisor, special rep, a lot of things, but now you are joining the State Executive Council as a commissioner. I assign you to the office of Commissioner in charge of Special Duties Central. At this time, and moving till the end of this government, you'll be very, very busy. The three of you, already your two colleagues, are already working very hard. By next week, now that you are complete, I'll be seeing you people. You'll be an integral part of most of what we'll do. The other first assignment three of you need to do, particularly today, after now, is the completion of the governor's lodges. So that as we go around, we'll have those two states, and other activities will follow to coordinate developments in communities, development in security situations around and reporting, settling problems that need to be settled, and mobilizing our people effectively. And this is the largest senatorial district, so you have your work clearly cut out for you, and you have your support. Congratulations. Prince Awudumapo Isiki, you are one of the young people in this state who have been part of all our political processes that I have singled out. Once in a while we have some disappointments. Once in a while people fall off by the wayside. But we have a duty to continue to identify and bring in people, to continue to give direction and mentorship and grooming of younger people. For me, one of the deserving youths of our Bayelsa, and that's why you have been selected and brought into the Executive Council as a commissioner at this age to join your colleagues. Some of them, you're very young people who have been selected, the 3 or 4 of you. I expect that after the general elections, when I do some more adjustments, some deserving younger people may be brought deliberately to expose you, the younger people, to the rudiments and the challenges and intricacies of giving service at a high level. I trust and believe that knowing you as I've done all these years, looking at your track record of loyal service in all the assignments given to you so far, with all the reports at my disposal, I trust and believe that you will not be one of those youths that we will painstakingly identify, painstakingly develop, only to see that in a day or two, a month or two, they are falling by the wayside. I congratulate you as I assign you to a ministry that will make you to move out a lot. And I've known you for some years, I know you can do it. This is a ministry that will enable you to work with almost every ministry. Almost every ministry. I need this ministry. I had established it before, but we didn't give attention to it. But now that I'm preparing in this last phase, I need proper coordination. I need to know what we are doing and what we are expecting from the federal government and its agencies. So you need to find out from all federal intervention bodies, whether it is NDDC, whether it is TED Fund, whether it is SDG, whether it is SUBEB, whether any federal, and all the federal ministries, from the federal budget, and some of the inputs and challenges and concerns that we have. You are going to be the link man. And at the press of a button, I want us to be able to know what federal inputs there is in this state. Right now, there's almost zero federal input in this state. But the details of everything, I would like you to have it. So I hereby re-establish the Ministry of Federal Programs and Projects Coordination. And I assign you to give life to it. It's going to task you a lot, and I will give you all the support. You work with our federal people, federal legislators, federal permanent secretaries. You have to know how many of our people can get into federal employment. What support are we getting? What are they doing in terms of roads? What are they doing in terms of hospitals? What are they doing in terms of electrification? Or what can they do? And what should we ask for? How do we approach these things? So it's a job that will task you a lot. And what I believe it is going to expand your horizon, both here and at the national level. And you have my support. Congratulations. Godwin Konyefa, you came into government just about a year ago. You have been in private practice. You're not a politician. And, but I'm very pleased with the work that I've seen you do. The assignment that you were given as managing director of the State Property and Investment Company, and particularly the projects you are doing, building that estate. The estate is not finished, but each time I pass, and everybody comments about the quality of what you are doing. Everybody comments about the quality of what you are doing. And the prudent way that you have carried that. I need more of that work. In this state, we have done so much in all critical sectors. But as I round up, as the government rounds up in the next 1 year, we are not only going to finish well, but we are hoping and praying and working hard to finish strong as well in Jesus' name. Amen. That means all the big projects that we have embarked upon, we need to finish them as much as possible. Thank God, so many of them have been finished. A number of them are nearing completion. So I will assign you to a ministry which you are very familiar with because you are a construction person. And that's why I've not made this deliberately political. I want you to focus on the big jobs that are ongoing in the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure. Your predecessor, who is not a construction, who doesn't have a construction background, it's only a lawyer, but by passion, by shared commitment and dedication to duty, did a lot. The story of what we have done in the area of infrastructure cannot be complete without the extra commitment and dedication and loyalty and diligence displayed by your predecessor in office, in person of Sir Lawrence Erujakmo. You are a construction person, and not even a politician. So from day one today, I expect you to hit the ground running. The road to Ekirimo, which we have started using, but I've made a commitment that before we hand over, before the end of the government, that road has to be finished. A lot of the big bridges are completed, but you can see that there's some construction still ongoing because of the difficulty of the terrain and the flood that we suffered. So you have to, and that is your local government. So you have to, day and night, non-stop, look at it. We want to be able to get to the central, Angama, so we can award the contract across to Puruma, even if we may not accomplish the bridge within this remainder of our period. So you are not going to rest. Very soon I will call on the leaders of the Central Senatorial District to join me to drive to Agwabri, where the road will get to very soon. So you have to ensure that we accomplish that objective within the time frame given, so that we can get to Angama and award the bridge across the river to Puruma. There are ongoing discussions. Which you will coordinate with some of your colleagues and with me leading, in respect of how we can bring all stakeholders to the table to agree definitively on a time frame and a mechanism for taking the road from Nembe to Brass. That one is one that we will contribute. We can't do it alone because of the share costs. But we have opened up discussions with the federal agencies, and your colleague will also be part of those discussions. The Ministry of Works, the Niger Delta Ministry, the NDDC, the oil companies that are operating there, the government of Bayelsa State. Within this year, I will bring all of them to the table so that we can commit, all of us will commit money on a yearly basis within a short period of time, so that the construction of that critical road will also be started again. You know that the airport is finished. What we are waiting for is the final documentary approval, the regulatory approvals and permits, which I expect that this week, by next week or so, or the other week, we should get. And you work with your colleagues to ensure that that big project is eventually finished and handed over. That's a life-changing project. And for the first time, planes will be landing in the heartland of the John Nation. You have to ensure that the work that we have started in the Agri-Deep Seaport Development Project continues. Your village is very close to Agri. Make sure that that project moves at the pace that we're expected to be on. The forward operation base is being constructed. In the next 1 or 2 weeks, we will hope to be signing the agreement so that those who raise the money, the investors who are bringing the money to build the port, will come there. By the time we do this port with the airport that is there, the industrial prospects of this state will now be open to the world. and jobs will be created, there will be prosperity in our state. And by the time we get to Brass by road, this state is where people will be coming to for business, for pleasure, and for anything else. You are also going to look at the runway in Brass. That runway cannot be abandoned. So by next week, I would like a report from you. This state already has a 1.5, Your Majesty? About 1.5 kilometer runway airport built by the old River State government when he was, you built it. Yes, he built it. So that one too will be refurbished and put to use for lighter aircraft. Bayelsa is the glory of all lands, and we are opening it to the world. This is where people will be coming in for pleasure, for investment, for anything else. This state is unlike any other state. This is the glory of all lands, for God's sake. And with the hard work that we have all been doing for the last 7 years, working day and night for 7 years, it's not been easy. It's not been easy. The recession came with all the distractions, but we have not given into it, and we are still keeping the focus on development of our state. So, Commissioner for Works and Housing, your hands are full, and you are also chairing the state direct labor team. Will be a key partner. I don't know. The other with the Commissioner for Special Projects, and so on. We are in a hurry. I'm in a hurry. So, as quickly as possible, be briefed by your bureaucrats, the permanent secretary, and the directors. I'll let you know the projects that are there, and I want you to hit the ground running. Take, for example, this Isaac-Boro Road. This is a very long road, very long, almost 12 kilometers. And the way we have done it, most people in Bayelsa will have forgotten how that road looked like. Because people quickly, they forget. The human memory span is very short. And it's taken, you need to complete it with the street lights and so on. When people come there in the night, I want them to ask themselves whether they are in London or they are in Yenagua. So, a lot of projects that you need to be on. Your commissioner, your predecessor did very well, but he has to answer the call for higher service. And that's why these appointments have been made. As I said earlier, after the general elections, there will be an examination in terms of the support that all appointees have brought to our party. I will say more when I have an interaction with all political appointees, and thereafter some adjustments in the government will be made. I congratulate you all. I welcome you on board. Here in the ESCO, we have a tradition of very frank, robust discussions. Welcome on board to the service of our people. Congratulations and God bless you all.